Hey, what is up, fellow Raiders? This is Vulcan Dan, and we are back with another shard pulling video. And again, this is not my account. Yesterday, I went into one of my clanmates accounts, pulled some shards for him. 170 ancient shards didn't turn out so well, but this time we have another one of my clanmates account, and he has 211 shards. It just keeps on getting bigger. And of course, we are pulling because it is ×2 ancient shard weekend. All right, and for his account, he just told me that any S tier legendary would do, and also he's looking for an allure as well. All right, so perhaps sometime when we get towards the end of this one, because I only have 200 free slots for champions right now, I will have to make some room, and then I'll finish up the remaining 11. All right, so let's do this, and I hope it goes a lot better than yesterday's shard pull video. All right, let's go. 211. This is my biggest shard pull yet. All right, let's go. Let's get those legendaries. Yesterday we got one, hoping that some of that. Okay, so first 10 pull, we get our first legendary immediately right off the bat. We got Molly. Would love to have her in my own account. I don't have a lot of the dwarf legendaries. Now let's go check if that is a dupe or a non-dupe. Dwarves, it's a red dot, so that might be, I think that's a new legendary. So yeah, we will I'll ask my clanmate about it, but I think that is a new one. All right, so we got Molly immediately right off the bat, first Lego. All right, so I hope the luck that I have here doesn't mean that I'll have bad luck in my own account, but yeah, so happy to pull a legendary for my clanmate. Let's keep on going. Let's see how we are going to do. There you go, and we got that allure, Molly, and then allure 2. So one legendary and then one of the epics that my clanmate is looking for. Of course, allure is so great because of this A1 that attacks 3 times at random, decreases the target's turn meter by 25% on each critical hit. So this becomes 75%, which is an almost full turn meter reduction on her A1 if it's of course just on a single target, because this is a 3 times random hitter. So if it's against a single boss, all 3 hits will go to that boss. All right, so by the way, I forgot to talk about Molly the last time because I was so happy, so excited to pull a legendary on the first 10. All right, so Molly's a great support champion because she has this revive on her A3. Revives an ally with 50% HP, fills their turn meter by 50%, and then places a block damage on that ally for 1 turn. This is on a 4-turn cooldown when booked, and then she has this turn meter fill on every one of her allies, and if she is hit, and this increases if she's hit by a boss, this can be booked down to a 1-turn cooldown. And she has this AoE provoke that is not reliant on a hit, so she cannot weak hit on this provoke. 3-turn cooldown AoE provoke. This is a very strong skill, and has a 50% chance of placing a provoke for 2 turns instead of the 1 turn, which of course 2-turn provoke is very rare in this game. We have from the epics, we have Umbral Enchantress, but of course her other skills are locked out if she uses that 2-turn provoke. Molly does not have that restriction on her. All right, and of course she places HP burn, her damage increases by 50% if the target is under an HP burn. But yeah, really more on this AoE provoke and this revive. All right, let's go back. Let's finish this. Looking good so far. So I hope this does not mean that we're not going to get good champions moving forward. We got Molly, Tankard, and Allure. My clanmate is not watching this live right now, but I'm really happy to pull those 2 immediately, you know. So we got Yaga and Tayrel, one of the worst epics and then one of the best epics in the game. All right, let's go. Well, this is all rares now. Alright, so our luck suddenly, just went back to earth, went back down to earth with more regular luck. Okay, Burundgiri, prepare for Shadowkin Faction Wars. We're expecting that. So it's November now, probably in about 2 more months. Sometime mid-January is when we are expecting Shadowkin Faction Wars. Achak would love to have him on my account for Spider. Still don't have him for that AoE freeze, AoE HP burn. Alright, Infernal, Baroness Spider. I used this guy quite a lot in Dark Elves Faction Wars before I got a bunch of Legos. Still a very solid epic for Dark Elves Faction Wars with all of those debuffs. Okay, there you go. Well, it's a Pixniel. I'm pretty sure this clanmate of mine has Pixniel, but I don't know, dupe system, I guess. So this is our second legendary Molly Pixniel, but I'm pretty sure, or maybe my clanmate is more happy about that allure than this Pixniel. But of course, we have the dupe system, so we'll see what we can do about those unwanted dupes. Perhaps could feed it into a super Pixniel. We still don't know what. Alright, there you go. Cupidus, third legendary. Wow. And then alright, so I'm planning to pull my shards, of course, in my own video, and I hope that my Lego luck doesn't go to this account and then in my own account I don't pull a single Lego. But 3 Legos, so happy for my clanmate Cupidus. Let's check him out. Cupidus, I think he's, yeah, so it could be a dupe. It could be a dupe, because it's not a red dot. But yeah, pairs of course really well with Venus, which he doesn't have yet. Alright, so this guy hits quite hard. He has this 3 times random hitter. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing an HP burn for 2 turns, and then this one places a 50% increased attack on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks 1 enemy. 50% chance of placing an HP burn on all enemies for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy and cannot be resisted. And of course, this one is the one that pairs with Venus, inflicts 25% more damage to targets under debuffs. And yes, has this nice A1 that increases its own damage if the target has any debuffs. Alright, if you want to go check out Pixniel, although not a very exciting champion, so this gal right here attacks 5 times at random. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a freeze, has a 100% chance of placing a freeze on enemies that receive 2 hits. This one, Pixniel has received a buff recently, but I really wanted them to make this an AoE skill. They did not. They did make some good improvements on her passive. This became a lot better. Whenever an enemy places a freeze on an ally, has a 50% chance of stealing the freeze and placing it on this champion instead, which is good. 35% chance of filling this champion's turn meter by 25% every time they receive a freeze, and then removes any freeze from this champion at the start of every turn. So she has a chance to get those freeze from your allies, and she will always 100% of the time remove the freeze from herself. So freeze has that extra layer of protection that reduces the damage that you take from enemies. So while it is a crowd control skill, it does have that extra shield, and she would, while she is frozen because she stole the freeze from your allies, she will still get her turn because she will remove the freeze before the start of her turn. And the thing about Pixniel that makes her so weak in this game, even after the buff, is that not a lot of champions or boss fights that places freeze on your champion. So we have the Ice Golem, we have Sorath the Frost Spider, but other than that, perhaps Doom Tower waves wherein you have freeze champions on the other side. But yeah, so she's very limited to freeze, so I hope that she has a more consistent way of applying freeze to the enemy, which she does not. So I hope she has a way to reflect freeze or to create more freeze, or if she is hit, she could apply freeze, you know, like sort of the freeze set. But yeah, this A2 here is okay, but still I want her to have a more consistent way to apply freeze on the enemy, and I was suggesting that have an extra passive that applies freeze whenever she is attacked. But yes, enough of that. Let's go back to our shard pullings. We have 111 shards left to go. 3 legendaries, 1 allure, looking very good. Definitely a lot better than yesterday's shard pulling for my other clanmate. So we have 1 good, 1 bad shard pulling videos, and we still have 100 ancient shards to go. 3 Legos. 3 Legos in 1 session. Let's go. Let's keep this going. Will I get the 4th one? We have Lady Atessa, Rear Guard, Catacomb. I don't see Catacomb in any ally attack arena teams now that we have more options for ally attack. Senacia, Old Hermit Jorg, Excruciator, very good single target nuke that we don't see a lot. Old Hermit makes for a great reviver for the Orc faction in case you don't have him yet. Especially useful for Faction Wars. Another 10 pull of all rares, right? Starting to get greedy now, looking for that 4th legendary because we've had 3. Dark Elhain, one of my favorite champions. Whenever I see a Torment in the arena, plug in Dark Elhain, immediately nuke the enemy team down. Hoping that Pixniel will soon become somewhat of a Dark Elhain wherein he can be, or she can be a reliable anti-Torment. Rockbreaker, one of the most consistent AoE provoke in the entire game. I really love this champion. Use him a lot in Faction Wars, or even when you're having a hard time with certain Doom Tower waves, bring in Rockbreaker. He will provoke the entire enemy team. Alright. So 3 legendaries. So excited that my throat is hurting and my voice is starting to change. Alright. Rectordra, Turagi the Frog, Kaden, a lot of good revivers here, and Turagi is probably going to be the most used epic in what's that? Shadowkin Faction Wars when it comes out. Probably, I think, the best epic in my opinion for Shadowkin is Turagi. Still, Shadowkin faction needs a reviver. We have that in Sachi, but it's so conditional. It's not an active skill. She has to trigger it from her passive. Alright, so I'm going to make some more room. We're at our maximum 400 champions. I have 11 more shards and I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. 11 more shards. I have enough space right now. Let's see if we can squeeze in 1 more legendary. You know, we have had 3, Molly, Pixniel, and who was that? That last one? Cupidus. Alright, Mistress of Hymns, Tayrell. We have 1 more Ancient Shard. Turned out to be quite a good shard pulling. Alright, so didn't get that 4th legendary, but still 3 Legos for 200 shards. I think that's pretty much around what we could expect because of that 1% chance of getting a legendary from Ancient Shards during this ×2 Ancient Weekend. So I hope your shard pulling went as well as this guy's shard pulling, and thank you guys for watching. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, and that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video.